Hello everyone. Hello, welcome back to another live session from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. First day of trading week. I hope that everybody ready for to rock this week as NFP, and would like to see that the market giving us some better trading opportunity. NFP every week, every month. With the NFP, we always have some great chance to trade the market. So let's begin. First of all, today's analysis, starting with, we will be looking at XAUUSD, and also over time we will be looking at currency pairs such as British pound, US dollar, dollar yen, and euro dollar, whichever trending best, whichever giving us the best opportunity in the market. So as we are looking at on, I was looking on XAUUSD, we had early today one good trade on this one, and would like to find some other opportunity in this session. As soon as we will find proper entry, we will be looking to enter. And also, if you guys are looking at any other instrument, or if you have any opinion about those XAUUSD movement, price movement, or anything that you want to share, you can use the live chat to ask question, or if you have any question, or if you want to share any of your ideas in this live session. So let's first of all begin with this one here on XAUUSD on the lower time frame. This is the 1 hour chart. We have seen that there was a candle close just in a couple of minutes ago, and close to it a long wick on both sides. Now this price action is now two-way edge. We might see some deeper pullback to the upside, or we may see the market to trend back down here. So we have seen there was a break of structure here. It was coming down in a downtrend, and suddenly we saw that there was a bounce. Now this bounce, now we can see that after the candle close here, with this bounce, the price currently in a zone where there is a probability for deeper drop, or we might see that potential trend continuation to the upside here. That's what we're looking to see, if the market is again continuing to the upside or dropping down here for deeper pullback. So we are looking at to see in the market what kind of trade we might find in this upcoming session. So let's look at, first of all, here we are looking at the lower time frame price action. With this lower time frame price action on XAUUSD, there is a local uptrend here. Now this uptrend, we may see the market to revert back again to the upside, or we could see the price to potentially a drop back down again to the support level. So this is what looking to see, that what kind of price action it might be forming. So 4 hour here, we can see there is a on the lower time frame on the 4 hour chart, there is a break to the upside, strong bounce from this level. Now with that bounce, the price on the lower time frame, there is a clean movement back to the upside here in this market. So with that in mind, what we can expect for this price to potentially trend back down again, that's what we could see the price to trend back down to the support level. So if it is coming back down here to the support level on the lower time frame, you can see this is the 1 minute chart. Multiple times the price grabbing liquidity and then returning back to the upside here. What we can expect here in this market is for this price to possibly to what I think that here we may see that depending on the what kind of price action is forming, if this market not being able to break the high, we might see that possibly a deeper drop here for another liquidity grab in this market. So let's see that from bigger picture perspective, what kind of trading opportunity you might see in this market. So looking at the lower time frame, there is a doji formation here, and with this doji, let's wait to see either the market to possibly bounce back up or coming back again for another here another liquidity grab in this market. So 1 minute chart here, what you can see, the market is grabbing liquidity multiple times and then getting that reaction from the top. So what kind of opportunity you might find is important to look at here. I would like to see you guys, what's your opinion here in this market? What do you think, the market is going to revert back up, or it's gonna trend back down here? So let's see, let's explore the overall picture in the market here. This is a very weird price action here. We can see there's a consolidation, and that consolidation might refer to further bounce or dropping back down here. We see there is a head and shoulder formation that might bring the price back below. So until we see the price action, until we see the directional confirmation, we will be waiting for that entry. And thanks for joining the live session. I hope that you guys enjoying the live session that I'm doing every day. If you're enjoying, make sure you give a thumbs up. Waiting, thank you, welcome. Thanks for waiting, and I was a little delayed, but we're back on track here. Okay, so here is there is a consolidation grabbing liquidity from both sides here in this zone. This is a structure formation here. Now that structure formation, if it fails to create a higher high, we might see that the market to potentially trend back down. In that case, we might see the price to potentially, if it fails to create a higher high here, we may see the market to drop here to the order block. There is one probable scenario. The other scenario is to continue to trend back to the upside. Depending on what kind of price action it is forming is to look at, is important to see that what is it is creating here, or what kind of market structure is trying to build up. As if you look at the lower time frame, you can see this is the 5 minute chart, multiple doji formation. I think the price may remain bullish here as it forms a structure still showing that possibly to remain bullish for long term. Looking at the lower time frame, and once we see the directional bias, directional confirmation, we will be looking to enter a position here. At the moment, it's still showing that bullish. We may see that bullish confirmation or bullish movement in the market, but we will be waiting to see a clear price action confirmation before we look for any entry in this market. So here is what we can see, that lower time frame. This is if you look at here, you can see that this is a if we look at the 5 minutes here, also the market is trending, and with that trend, if you look at here, you can see this is an uptrending market structure maintaining that bullish market structure. There is a if you look at here, you can see this is a bullish trend at the moment, and in that bullish trend, so if we look at the market is heading, possibly we could see the price to go back to the daily. I think the price may ultimately come back here to the daily resistance line, and from here we may see that the price to return back again, as this market is showing significantly locally bullish here. But I think that we may see the price to retest back to the daily resistance, and then after retest of this daily resistance, we could see the price to return back again towards the downside here. So yeah, I think the price may test the daily high and then to revert back to the major direction of the trend here. So with that being said, waiting for a confirmation for any entry. So at the moment it's in a bullish, but daily price action here, what we can see that the daily price action here is, this is the daily candlestick pattern so far. Once the market open, it dropped back down. So for me, what I think that if the price is going back to the daily resistance, from the daily resistance we could see the price to reject back again to the direction of the trend. So it's a bull market, and we may see the price to remain bullish for long-term picture in this market. Waiting for that price action confirmation here. If you look at the 15 minutes, you can see it's a complete break to the upside in this market. So that might lead that price ultimately back to the daily liquidity zone. So possibly we could find selling opportunity from this daily level that I'm waiting to see the price to go back and then to retest the daily liquidity zone. And once we see the market has done enough confirmation for this daily a daily move, so you can see this is the daily price action where we could see the price to go back up to that daily liquidity zone where there is a high liquidity, and that's where we can look for that market to sell again here to the support level to create a new lower low. So let's wait. What's your opinion on that, guys? Let us know in the live chat. Good morning 3300. Yeah, waiting to see that. This is a pretty impressive market at the moment because we have seen multiple liquidity gap. So it's heading to this here. Now this green candle, this is the 15-minute chart. You can see this green candle is quite important, as it was an order block. We saw this breakdown from the order block, and then ultimately the price potentially to go back to that order block. And once we see the market in that order block, and that's where as the market will be in that order block, we can expect for the price to test the support as a resistance, get that liquidity, and then to return back again to the major direction of the trend. So the order block is there, and we're waiting to see the market to test that order block and then possibly to return back again in the direction of the trend. So here is the price has reached that important liquidity zone, so which is, if you look at it, you can see this is a bull market, and in that important liquidity zone, once the market is heading to that liquidity zone, it's a sharply bull market, and expecting it to go back to hit that. If you look at here, you can see this is a, here is the market. This is where there's a candle closed. So significantly bull market in that area. So you see there is a candle close here, and with this candle closed, so 4-hour price action, which is a very sharply bullish market. And so as this is a significantly bull market, we may see the price to possible to go back to the daily resistance line, where so if you look at here, you can see this is a sharply moving back to the daily level where there is a high liquidity. So if the market is going to that daily level where there is a liquidity, we could see that the market to possibly come back to the level where if you look at here, you can see this is a long term. At the moment here, it's showing sharply bullish. So from that zone, if we look at that, the market to return back again to the major direction. So if you look at the daily, here is the daily level. So look at the 1 hour. So this 1 hour price action, 30 minutes as well. So here is the 30 minutes price action, and what we can see that the market is trending in that major direction. So with this major directional trend, here is so what we can see that the market to, if we look at the 1 hour, here is the price is heading to potentially to the daily resistance line, where if you look at a couple of dodgy formation in that area. So if you look at the 4 hour here, so this is the 4 hour price action where the price is heading to the major direction, where there is a, if we look at, you can see the price is approaching the daily level. And with this daily level, as the market is shooting towards the daily level, we could see the price to possibly return back again to the daily high, where we might see the price to retest and then to return back again major direction of the trend. So looking at here 5 minutes chart, the market trend is up, and let's wait to see how the price is reacting in this zone. And if we see the price is showing enough confirmation, we can look for that entry opportunity. So there is a doji formation, and would like to see that this is a continuation to the daily high. And if we look at here the daily price action, where the price is approaching that daily level, and with the daily price movement, if we see the price is heading to the daily resistance, that's where we will be able to find potential trading opportunity once the market will get that rejection from the top. So this is the 1 hour, this is the lower time frame price action, where if we look at the 1 hour, so looking at the lower time frame here, the trend continuation that we are expecting. So here what we can expect, a potential trend continuation to the upside for this possible move back to the daily level. And once we see the market has done that confirmation to the daily level, once the market has reached the daily zone, here we can look for possible a sell opportunity after a strong rejection from the top. As if you guys look at, you can see this is a possibly further trend continuation here, which is as with the major direction here, it's continuing to the upside, and we might see that the market to trend back up to the daily resistance line, as it has got a rejection from this support level, where the market potentially to remain bullish to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. So with that price action formation in this area, as the 4-hour chart here, where it is heading back to the upside, and also the price is So lower time frame and the higher time frame, once they synchronize together for moving in one direction, that's where we can look for a better trading opportunity. Until we see the price has changed completely directionally, we have to wait for that to for the price to show its directional bias here. So looking at the 5 minutes, there's a narrow candle formation here, and so let's wait to see if the market is getting a reaction from this, or it's again breaking back. So this is the 4-hour chart where so if you look at the 1 hour here, we can see there is a narrower candle in that area. So looking at so you see there is a breakup structure now at the market on this trend line. So you'll see that here the price how is getting liquidity and then bouncing back up potentially to the daily level. So if you look at 4 hour, we can see the market is still showing that potentially to remain bullish here. If we look at 1 hour, we can see there is a 1 hour trend continuation price action here. So looking at the 15 minutes, also forming a long wick doji. 5 minutes, there is a long wick candle formation. So with that long wick, we'll see that if the market is again reverting back to its major direction of the trend, where the trend continuation that we can see here is a breakup structure, and as this trend is continuing, we might see the price to revert back again to the major level. So waiting to see how it is reacting to that level. Now this market is showing possible directionally still bullish, and I think that we might see that the price to bounce back to the long-term resistance line. So if we see that enough confirmation here, so looking at the lower time frame here, let's see how the price is potentially forming in that area. As with this one here, this is a bullish market, and with that bull market, as this market is continuing with the trend, so waiting for the price to possibly to refresh the trend and then to revert back to the major direction, where as the price is in that directional bias, and what I think that it may return back to the daily level, and 4-hour trend also highly bullish. So now with that 4-hour, if we look at the lower time frame, it's approaching that resistance line. So waiting for the market to possibly to revert back in the major direction, and once we see the market refreshed and return to the major direction, that's where if we see the price is preparing for a possible downtrend, we can look for entry opportunity in this market. Here it might try to return back down. So here what we can see that lower time frame, we may see the market to reject from the top, and with that rejection we could see the price to possibly to come back here. And as the market is in this here, there is a rejection, we may see the price to possibly to come for a deeper a liquidity gap here. So you can see lower time frame here. This is a if we look at the 1 minute chart here, we can see also the same pattern formation. We see there is a rejection from the top on the lower time frame. If we look at the 1 hour also, we can see there is rejection, and that might lead this price to come back for another retest here. So you see there is a potential reversal pattern formation here, in which we can see the lower time frame on the 4 hour as well. There is a liquidity grab, and So if we look at that liquidity graph here, what we can see the market to possibly trending back to the downside. So looking at the 30 minutes here, there is a rejection here from the top, and that rejection might lead this price back to the support level. So there is a 30 minutes price action where the candlestick pattern is having a possible reversal here. So if we look at in that area, and TP target, if we look at here for this possible drop in this market, so if we see the market is trending back down, so we can see the market trend is down, and so with this an uptrending bias, we can see the price possibly to drop back down here to the what I think that it might potentially come back here to the order block. So here there is a possibility to come back here to the order block. So and but I think that as this market, the trend got exhausted, we might see that potentially the market to drop back down to the order block to this support level. So there is a probability for the market to drop to the order block, and with that probability, as 4 hour there is a big bullish move, we may see the market to potentially trend back here again to the support level. So if we see the market here, because there is a bearish rejection, we might see now the price to possibly to drop further here in that level where there is an order block. So So here is, as the market changes its possible trend, I think the price to potentially coming back here if it return from the trend, and in that case we may see the price to revert back 3280 level. Possible to see that the market to drop here. So here is with that movement, expecting for the market to if you look at here, you can see the price to as it has got a rejection here, we may see that this market to potentially come back to that highly likely we'll see the price to drop back down here to this support level here, as the price has got rejection, and highly likely we could see the market to trend back down here to that support level. It has got a rejection from the top, and the market changes the trend. So we'll be waiting for a clear move, and then once we see the pullback, on the pullback we will be entering into that trade. Okay, so because it has got a rejection from the top, we may see the market to potentially continue to trend back here to the order block, and it may take the price back to this order block here to this 3280 level. So you can see that there is a downtrend in that area. So with this downtrend from the 1 hour, lower time frame here, now we might see that potential weak fill, and if it is dropping with that weak fill, we might see the price to possibly come back to that order block as it started to drop here. looking for the market to show its hand here, and now you can see the price is trending. That's where you can see the price to potentially to trend back down, and so here it is a sharply falling market, and so with that with this price action movement, and as you can see the market has got a rejection from the top, and with this there is a doji formation. Now quite a few long week candle formation here, and I think the price potentially may remain bearish here. So if we want to enter any position, would like to see the price first to coming here, breaking that low before we look for any entry. So here there is a narrow doji, and I think the price potentially to remain bearish, so we will be placing a sell stop here below this level. If the market breaks that low, we will be entering into the trade. TP target to this level with 221, so placing a sell stop here on XAUUSD. If the market drop below here, we will be on the trade. Sell stop at 3290.29, stop at 3295.23, and TP target at 3280, 0.94. So place the sell stop here. If the market breaks below, then we will be in that trade, as there is a doji from the 15 minutes. Now this is a two-way price action at the moment on the 15 minutes. That might remain bullish, or it might again return back to the support level, depending on what kind of price action it is forming. So here we can see there is a 1 minute price action. So we place the pending order here, sell stop. If the market return from the top, then we can expect it to break below. If it breaks below, then we will be on the trade. So here where you can see that there is a doji, and so with this doji, if it is forming a head and shoulder here, we might see the market to return in the major again in this trend. So the market here, it's forming a structure that might be possibly to trend in that direction. So we can see the market here, it has formed a head and shoulder, and from that head and shoulder we could see the price to potentially come back here to the support level. Now here in this area, if we look at the 1 hour candle, Okay guys, so here what we can see that the market had a breakout again from this support level with a almost big drop here, and then from this resistance line had a complete breakout to the upside. And with this breakout, that where you can see the price to possibly trend back again to the major direction. And as the market trending again, we might see the price to return back. What we could see the price to go back up again to the to create a new higher high here. So looking at the lower time frame, here is the lower time frame price action. It's trending and expecting it to trend back again. So it might now again going back to the 4-hour level. From the 1 hour as well, we can see the market is still trending. So it may return back again to the major direction of the trend as it is trending. So looking from that point of view, so if we look at here, we can see the price is it formed a doji here, and would like to see the price to potentially trending back again. And what I think that at some point, once we see the price has reached enough to that level, as the market didn't break below, we are not on the trade. If we see the price has traveled back to the upside, we will be on this trade here. Now we may see that remaining bullish. Now as the market is trending remaining bullish here, and it may move back up to create a new higher high. So there is a long wick doji. So here we can see there is a narrow doji formation with this one lower time frame, and so it may continue to move back to the upside here. So here what we can see, the market here there is a rejection, and with this rejection we could see the price to in this area we'll be waiting for the price to show possible directional bias, as there is a doji. And what I think that the price may create that candlestick pattern here for this possible move in this market. So let's see what kind of price action it is forming, and based on that we will be looking for entry. So it is forming that that's a very interesting price action pattern formation here. So it's a moving sideways as well as trying to create a structure in that area, also moving in a sideways. So with that sideways movement, with this sideways movement we could see the price to potentially here it may start to trend again back to the upside. Here is a key in that area, so you can see this is the 1 hour 5 minutes bullish engulfer, and so with this 5 minutes bullish engulfer the market trend is up, and we might see the price to possibly to remain bullish in that area. So there is a 30 minutes candlestick pattern as well. Lower time frame price action also showing in the same way. It's a interesting price action here. We'll be looking to see what kind of, we need to see a clear trending direction for entry. So you need to see the clear trending direction here for an entry opportunity. And once we see the market is in a trend, we can look for, you can see there is a long wick in that area, and so you can see it's maintaining that market structure in this area. It's maintaining that bullish market structure, and where we can see the price potentially going back up again to the major direction. So it might go back to the daily resistance here, and I think that after retesting this daily resistance, it might come back here again to the support level. So with that being said, if we look at here, you can see there is an inverted head and shoulder, and it's potentially going back up again to that level where there is a high liquidity. So with this in mind, what we can see here, inverted head and shoulder formation, and the price is maintaining that bullish market structure, and we may see the price to remain bullish for long-term picture here. So waiting for the price to potentially, or I think that it may still remain bullish. So from the bigger picture here, we can see the market, this is a resistance, and from the resistance here it's getting that rejection, and we could see the price to potentially here to trend again to the support level. And getting the rejection, getting that reaction here with a big bearish candle. So you can see the market after forming double top, it's getting a complete rejection from the top. So here it's getting some rejection, and I think that the price may here started to trend back downside here at the moment. So here with that rejection, we may see for the price to possibly to come back here again to this order block. As we can see from the daily, this is a daily price action here, and with this market structure on the daily, the market is from the 4 hour, there is a big drop. So what I think that here the price to possibly, as you can see, it has got another rejection that might lead that price to come back here to this support level here, in this support level. So and that we might see that break of structure here in this area with this drop. Coming to see the market trending. So until we see the directional bias, we will not be able to enter into any trade. So waiting for that directional bias to come up, and let's wait to see what's happening, and based on that we can look for entry. For your support. Okay, so here is the bearish price action in that area, and it's sometimes showing very unusual at the moment for the price action. It's getting in one direction and then breaking back below. So yeah, we can see a bit choppy market the first day of trading week, which happens sometime. Okay, so we can see the market is not moving a lot, that we can see more often it happens. So, and because of that, I will be, guys, taking today's session off here. We'll be waiting for a better trading setup. Once we see better trading setup, we will be entering into the trade. I'll take the session off, and I'll see you again very soon tomorrow trading live together. Until then, stay well, stay happy.